Once upon a time, there was a young man who was very interested in learning the art of self-control. He traveled to a Zen monastery and asked the master to teach him. The master agreed, but only on one condition. The young man had to stay in the monastery for 1 year and complete a series of tasks. The first task was to sit in meditation for 1 hour every day. The second task was to eat only 1 meal a day. The third task was to sleep only 4 hours a night. The young man was determined to succeed, so he followed the master's instructions. He sat in meditation for 1 hour every day, even though it was difficult. He ate only 1 meal a day, even though he was hungry, and he slept only 4 hours a night, even though he was tired. After 1 year, the young man had completed all of the tasks. He was now ready to learn the real art of self-control. The master took the young man to a nearby forest. They sat down under a tree, and the master began to speak. The real art of self-control is not about denying your desires, the master said. It is about understanding them and choosing not to act on them. When you understand your desires, you can see that they are not always necessary or helpful. And when you choose not to act on them, you are free. The young man was confused. But how can I choose not to act on my desires if they are so strong? He asked. The first step is to become aware of your desires, the master said. When you are aware of them, you can start to question them. Why do you want this thing? Is it really necessary? Is it going to make you happy? The young man thought about this for a moment. I guess I want this thing because I think it will make me happy, he said. But are you sure? The master asked. Happiness is not something that you can find outside of yourself. It is something that you create from within. When you are attached to material things, you are always chasing after something that you can never truly have. But when you are content with what you have, you are already happy. The young man nodded. He began to understand what the master was saying. The next step is to practice letting go. The master said, when you want something, allow yourself to want it, but then let it go. Don't dwell on it. Don't try to control it. Just let it be. The young man practiced letting go for a while. It was not easy, but he kept practicing. Finally, the last step is to accept yourself, the master said. When you accept yourself, you are no longer afraid of your desires. You know that they are part of you, and you can choose to act on them or not. But you are no longer controlled by them. The young man took a deep breath. He knew that he had a long way to go, but he was starting to understand the real art of self-control. Thank you, master, he said. I will practice what you have taught me. The master smiled. You are welcome, he said. And remember, the journey is more important than the destination. Enjoy the process. The young man bowed to the master and left the forest. He was determined to practice the art of self-control, and he knew that it would be a lifelong journey. But he was confident that he could do it, and he was excited to see where it would lead him. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel, Uplift Saga. Thank you so much.